BowmanDigitalMedia.com.
JoeTheFinanceGuy.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cup of Joe, but the very first Friday Cup of Joe.
Friday Night Lights!
Yeah, that's right, baby. We're usually doing this on Saturdays, but because our schedules and life happens, weekends sometimes, or it's hard for us to make it, and we thought we could do this more consistently. In fact, we thought we could reach more of you, frankly, by doing it at this time on a Friday night where it's not quite so late. I do my show on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and it's hard for a lot of the world to catch up. So we're going to hopefully entertain you. If you've never seen this show before, my name is Ira Bowman. I'm the owner of Bowman Digital Media. The star of the show is my man,
oh my God,
Stepke, a.k.a. Joe, the finance guy. Now, don't let the bat cave behind him fool you, folks. He knows what's up. Superman is definitely better than Batman. Is that right, Joe?
Yes, that is totally correct.
I got that on video. So I'm going to use that from now on. Okay. So what do we do here, Joe? Why don't you explain the concept of the show for everybody?
Well, the concept of the show, it's basically, it's Friday nights. We talk about anything.
Whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, whatever we want. And some of the things that, oh, wow, that I guess we do have to put that up there.
Yeah,
especially more so than ever now.
Yeah.
But we talk about anything. If you want to know about digital media stuff, there you go. You got Ira. If you want to know about, an alternative payment option or financing, it's one thing. But the Friday night part is trying to make it fun.
We want to have fun. 100%.
Yeah. It's been one hell of a work week, and I am glad it's on that we're doing it on a Friday because, as you can see, I'm off now. I came home. Well, I was home a little bit.
Where's the hat, Joe? We need to put the hats on.
If I went to go get the hat,
your ass.
You really want me to go get the hat?
No, that's fine.
I'll go get the hat. I know where it is. I'm the only one home right now, so I can't.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I can't even ask the kids to go get me the hat.
So what do we do here? Have you guys ever seen the show Seinfeld? I mean, are you old enough that you know what that is?
I'm not old enough. What is Seinfeld?
Seinfeld was a show about nothing. There was no script. It was a group of friends. They would talk about anything and everything under the sun. That's what Joe and I are going to do, right? So I'm in the media business. He's in sales. We're legitimately friends. We've been friends for a long time. We like to rib each other. I don't know who likes to tease who more. I think I tease you more than you tease me, but I don't know. You might enjoy it more. I don't know. But anyways, we like to tease each other. So there's that. We will have on our show guests from time to time, but not every time. Like tonight, we don't have a guest scheduled. And now, Joe, should we – wait a minute. I got to get the sound. You know what I'm doing. Hang on. You know what I'm talking about? Can you read my mind?
You doing the theme music?
No, hang on. Live from Cup of Joe, breaking news. Guys, Stepke. Joe, tell everybody the breaking news, brother.
Well, which part?
You know what breaking news I'm talking about. We were just working on it for the last hour.
Are you talking about my own personal
Yes.
Live that I have my own login for LinkedIn Live? Yes, I got it.
LinkedIn Live. Joseph Stepke was just approved for LinkedIn Live this week. So next week, I'm actually going to be
You're gonna be gone.
I'm gonna be on my way to Vegas. I got to do a shoot, an MMA shoot. I'm doing in Vegas on Saturday. So I'm gonna be on the road. We're picking up my daughter from the airport and headed straight to Vegas from there, so that I can get to town Friday night because I actually got to do something Friday night too. But so Joe, the finance guy, has got LinkedIn Live. So next week he'll be on without me. That'll be the first time that you've done it without me because now you can go live. But are you going to go solo? Are you going to have a guest?
Actually, it's funny you should say this. I was thinking a couple things. All right, so because you know me and I love having guests. I think it's awesome when we bring people on, and I really was thinking, and it also depends on who's available, but I was really thinking about Brian Schulman and Nancy Barrows.
Yeah.
Because I've been on their show 3 or 4 times on Shout Out Saturday. So I really was thinking of them, and thank you, Jason, and bringing them on next week. Since we do the Snapchat things and stuff, I think it would be fun, but it just depends. I was thinking Corey Warfield.
Jason knows so well. Somebody said, "What's the topic?" Because obviously they didn't hear me. They didn't hear us in the intro, right? They joined late. So he said, "What's the topic?"
And remember, tell us where you're calling from.
Yeah, where you're watching from. Like said, greetings from Morocco. Greetings, brother. We love it. We love having people from all over. This is where everybody's welcome here. We're all inclusive. I was in this thing. I don't know if you guys know what Pexels is. I'm one of the contributors on Pexels. So I do photography work for a living. It's part of what we do at Bowman Digital Media. And so I like to give as much as I like to take. I think people know that about me. So Pexels has an opportunity for photographers to contribute these photos. So I was on, and they had this thing, and it was like, hey, we're an all-inclusive community. And I'm like, yeah, me too. Like, we all should be, I think. So we love it. Come to us from wherever you're at. You could be from Nigeria. You could be from South America. You could be from London. You could be from even Canada. We even like Canadians around here, Joe.
Of course we do. Paula Goodman and Rob Dedford, my 2 favorite Canadians.
Ron Craig.
Craig, my other one.
Yeah.
I got to call him up. I'm having a VPN issue. And the first person I thought of was, I need to call Ron to just make sure this is good. So
Ron broke my heart because my breaking news today, which is not nearly as exciting, but it's something. I was one of the original LinkedIn Live crew, right? Like, so I've had LinkedIn Live forever, but I didn't have stories until this morning. I was officially given stories on LinkedIn. It's like a year and a half after they came out. I finally was approved for stories. So for whatever that's worth. So I did my first couple stories today. And Ron Craig broke my heart. He goes, Ira, I'm so over stories. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm afraid of that, actually. I'm afraid a lot of people are going to be done with that feature. And I just got it. So if you've done stories for the last year and a half and you were upset that I never interacted, I never responded, I never acknowledged you on your stories because I couldn't see them. It was like a hidden feature to me on LinkedIn, which was very frustrating. So,
wait a minute. There's a hidden. Did you tell me about this?
Stories. You know about stories, right?
Oh, you're talking about the thing like when you get on the phone and
you're on the phone. It's at the top and the wheels. I never had it.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Today, so now, like, I didn't know how to use it. I made my first one. It was a picture, and I'm like, well, I got to learn how to use this. And I made my post earlier today about it. And one of the things I said, it's just photos. I thought it was videos too, and it is videos. I just didn't know how to access it. You have to hold the button down, and it records. So if you just like do it quickly, it takes a picture, and you can hold it down, and it records a video. So I was learning how to do that today. But Michelle Gunn pointed that out to me, so I gave her credit.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So this is what it is. A lot of people. I'm getting this from a lot of people. I don't really watch them. But one thing that is, it's an advantage. You guys know I'm a LinkedIn guy. Love everything LinkedIn. I use LinkedIn all the time. I run LinkedIn business pages at Bowman Digital Media. That's part of what companies like Joe the Finance Guy pay me to do. So you guys can focus on what you actually do for a living and not lose the momentum on social media with your.
Speaking of which, I wonder how many followers I have right now. That'd be something. I'm going to go there right now.
Look. But one thing about stories, which is interesting, okay, when you see the views on um, a count, you see a count, you can't see who it was that viewed it. You could just see some empirical data like where they're from, their job title, and stuff like that. But with stories, you can actually see the first, second, and third. You can see all their information. There's some very valuable data in that, like who's engaging with your content. So I do like stories, and yeah, so that's that. This part of the feature that's in the contributor mode, I think is what they call it. Content creator. That's what it was called, not contributor. Pardon my dyslexia. So there's creator mode. I have that turned on too. And
I didn't get mine turned on yet.
the thing about stories, now I can actually do stories for Joe the Finance Guy's business page.
Really?
Yes, that's brand new, and I think that's actually why I got.
Oh my God, man, that's what we need to start doing. Giddy up.
I'm an admin for all these business pages. Now I can not only do stories for me, I can do stories for all the businesses too. So we'll be incorporating that. It'll be for some fun stuff. Like if I'm working on a project, what I see myself doing with the stories is doing like behind the scenes stuff. Like if you want to see the unpolished work, or what does it really look like behind me if you look to the right or the left? You guys don't see that stuff. Although if you follow my wife, one of the biggest things, Joe, that's happened to me in the last couple of weeks, my wife decided to join Bowman Digital Media officially. She's going to be doing some of the graphics design work for Bowman Digital Media. So I've been.
Wow, I didn't know Alicia was doing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I've been onboarding her. So on her Facebook page, every once in a while, you'll see her with like a stressed out look on her face because it really is a lot to learn.
So let me get this straight. You've been onboarding your wife.
Yes.
All right.
Because I know there's a joke coming. Where's the joke?
Yeah, well, no. I'm just trying to. God, that has to be the most difficult thing on there because my wife would kill me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like usually we don't do a lot of tasks together because of, we want to avoid the friction. But the bottom line is this. Bowman Digital Media, and I haven't announced this publicly yet, but we are like this close to breaking six figures in our first year. So the end of the year is not done yet, but we are almost we're right there. Like I could tell you privately, but it's in the hundreds of dollars is all we need at this point.
I mean, you could tell me privately. You do understand we're on a LinkedIn Live, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you the exact dollar amount, but we're real close, right? And we're going to hit it because I've already got the business is already scheduled. I just haven't invoiced it yet. But anyway, so we're right there. But think about what I just said. Brand new business, one-man band, right? And I've got like Sabrina's on here. Sabrina's on my team, right? She's one of my virtual assistants. Mariella's on my team, right? Business and risk. And my daughter's on my team. And then I've got a couple web developers on my team. I've got an animator that are on my team. So it's not just me anymore. But the fact of the matter is most of the work still gets done by me. I'm really, really busy all the time. My wife goes, I need to help you out. So I'm like, okay, help me out. You know what I mean? So she's going to join the team. So she's backing off the Sensi stuff, which is why we canceled the Friday show that we were doing, because she's like, well, it doesn't make sense for us to do the show anymore. I'm not even going to be concentrating on that. Like I'm mostly going to be doing Bowman Digital Media stuff. So for those of you who are curious, like why did eight is enough go away? It was just because my wife was like, I don't see the point of doing it if we're going to be doing this other thing. So anyway, so that's what's been going on in my world. Like I've been extremely busy trying to get my wife up to speed and, just with projects. And I mean, it's a lot. So that's my world. But I want to show like behind the scene photos so you guys can see like, I mean, I have a life. I have 8 kids. I mean, I'm working from home. My whole home isn't a giant curtain with Bowman Digital Media stuff. So I thought that would be kind of fun to show people some, like when I'm doing drone work or, when I'm out on a photo shoot, you know what I mean? And
I'm with you. I think it would be great.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I think you do something like that. Do you know, I wanted to start doing something. I want to do something on Pinterest because as I go to some of the retailers, I like taking pictures with them and do something and put it on Pinterest and stuff. So
yeah, and Pinterest is great for SEO, by the way, for any of you out there who have a website. what you want to do is put photographs on your website and then make pins out of them on Pinterest, and that'll give you backlinks. They're active backlinks.
Okay. All right. So teach me, old smart one. So
Okay, so what you're gonna want to do, if you're using like Google Chrome, go ahead and upload the Chrome extension for Pinterest.
Okay.
And then when you hover over a photograph, in fact, you know what? I'm gonna teach you all how to do it at the same time. Ready? I'm gonna share my screen. Let's do this together.
Oh, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be teaching. I'm kidding.
Yeah, let's have
Friday. Let me go grab a beer or something. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of Mariola, I've got this up, right? So once you have the Pinterest extension loaded, you can click on a photo on any website and you can save it. Now, if you don't have a board, you can create one. It'll ask you like, okay. So I just saved that to Project Help You Girl. It's not necessarily the right one, but
right.
If I wanted to, it's actually not working right. I don't know why. But you're supposed to have a drop down there and you can create a new board, whatever. So if we go to Joe the Finance Guy.
That's what I'm talking about. Why don't we go to Joe? That's a good looking guy right there.
That guy right there?
Yeah, he's good looking. I'm telling you.
What's really cool is that city behind him is actually Indianapolis and not New York, but I'm just saying.
I mean, that is still cool because I heard he lives around there.
So again, I could save it. Now, if I visit it, watch, here's the point. This is what I mean by backlinks now. Okay, what does that say right there? That's joethefinanceguy.com. That's what it says.
And then you pinned it.
Guess what? It took me there. See, this is the one that I pinned. This is the one I clicked on that took me. So when your site gets indexed, when Pinterest get indexed, you're going to have an extra backlink from Pinterest now to your website. And you should do that for every single page. So go to every page of your website and pin a different image. And that'll give you
brilliant
backlinks.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So you should do that. You can do it for all of them. Doesn't matter if anybody ever visits it. Doesn't matter if you get a bunch of shares and likes and all that stuff. That is irrelevant. The fact is, Pinterest is a gold mine for SEO backlinks, and you learned it here first, everybody. So,
and you learned it here from Ira Bowman. Thank you, Ira. I love a little whiskey and learning. That's really
so
good.
That's part of, like when people ask me about SEO services from Bowman Digital Media, how do you, what are you doing? One of the things that we're doing is we're helping people build their backlinks. That's one of the ways.
Yep.
There are lots of other ways, right? I mean, anyways. So,
all right, what else is happening? What are you doing next week? You're going where?
Las Vegas, baby. Doing a photo shoot. So the main objective was to capture one of my friends is an MMA fighter, and he's been an MMA fighter pretty much the whole time I've known him. But this is a guy who wins competitions and he wins belts and all that stuff. And I thought, you know what? Have you ever had a professional photo shoot? And he goes, no. And I go, you know what? I'm going to come take your photo, man. So we're going to his gym. He is a member of Extreme Couture in Las Vegas, Nevada. So we're going to go to the gym and we're going to do a whole photo series. You guys will be seeing a lot of pictures over the coming weeks and months, I'm sure. Follow me on Instagram, check me out on Facebook, and follow the Bowman Digital Media business page on LinkedIn. And I will be sharing a lot of these posts. It's going to be fun. In fact, from full disclosure, I was going to do this, I don't know, I want to say like 4 or 5 weeks ago, something like that. But he was after a long break from fight tournaments, bouts. And he's like, Ira, I hate to admit this, but I'm not in fight shape. I'm like, what does that mean to a fighter? You know what I mean? Like you're an extra 5 pounds. But what it really means is he didn't have all the cut marks on his stomach. You know what I mean? He was eating Cheetos. So he's like, Ira, I need a little bit more time.
He didn't have a six pack.
Yeah, he's like, Ira, I need a little more time to get back into fight shape. And he said, somewhere between the 1st of June and the end of June would be perfect for him because he's got a competition in the beginning and the end of June. So he's going to be in tip-top shape. And I thought, okay. So at the time, I scheduled it. I actually was going to go by myself. That was what I was thinking. But as it turns out, my daughter's coming home from college on Friday. And so when she gets here on Friday, we're just going to pick her up at the airport, and then we're all going to drive. Vegas is a 3.5 hour drive from me here, where I live in the greater LA area. So, anyways, we're going to drive up and be there for a couple days. So they'll have fun while I'm shooting, and then when I'm not shooting, I'll be with my family, touring around. So
that's awesome.
It's a little bit different to go to Vegas than most people because we've lived there. I grew up there. That's my hometown. But even my kids, some of my kids were born there. My wife and I and my family lived there 7 years ago for, I think, 4 years, 5 years, something like that. So we're gonna go do things that you won't necessarily do if you go there, because most of you will just hang out on the strip, right? But we got a church service we want to go to. I got a new stadium. For those of you who don't know, I'm a huge Raiders fan. So we're gonna go do the Raiders stadium tour. And our favorite place to eat is at the M Resort. It's called the Studio B Buffet. And it's, I think, the best place to eat in all of Las Vegas. We really like it. And also, there's a Cracker Barrel. Again, you guys, most of you have Cracker Barrel if you're in the United States. We don't have them in California. Well, there actually is one in Sacramento, and I've been there. But we don't have any down here in LA. So I'm going to be going to Vegas, and one of the things I'm going to do while I'm there is I'll go to the Cracker Barrel. Again, I know it's nerd stuff, but this is a great tool. I need to learn how to do it for my website.
Yeah, I'm actually. Am I allowed to put some of these things on? Or no, it won't let me do it, but it lets you do it.
Well, it'll let you do it when you're the host, and
right.
we'll start. Just so everybody knows, we're gonna start taking turns hosting. Yeah, because I'm gonna help you build up your
YouTube.
Well, all of it.
All of it.
Yeah, why not? So I'm really proud of you that you got the. I don't want to be.
I am too. I thought that was awesome. I'm happy about that. I've been working. This week has been a little bit hellish, but it's the first week of the month.
This is for those of you who don't know Joe Stepke. The guy works like a dog, but he really works like a dog the first week, because every time I talk to him, like at the end of the first week, okay, pop quiz, Stepke. How many deals we got in the bag?
6.
Okay, and your quota is 9?
No, my quota is 5, but yeah. Anyways,
so you already beat your quota for the month in the first week.
Correct.
I think they should fire you, bro. I mean, seriously, you suck.
I know. Well, yeah.
Wait, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this just one more time, just to make sure everybody knows. Usually,
yeah. All the thoughts and opinions expressed on this.
Ira makes a fool of himself all the time, so don't hold esteem or Rent-A-Center credit.
Oh, and the funny thing is too, I got my lawyer sent me something, and the trademark thing should be done soon. So, which is awesome.
I need to do that too. I know I talked to you. I know how much it is. I just have never done it. I need to do that.
I recommend you going to who I use, but
yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. 100%. So if you're in the audience, what are your plans this weekend? Tell Joe and I, what do you got going on? While Joe, you tell what do you got going on?
What am I? Okay, so all right. So this weekend,
it's your first Saturday off. I mean,
Yeah, my first Saturday off, but I'll probably be on LinkedIn because I do like watching. I like watching the Shout Out Saturday thing.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna participate in that too.
I like watching it. So it's the first. I like going and doing that. But anyway,
Brian had LinkedIn Live before I did. Like I was one of the original, but I wasn't in the first. Okay, so when I say that, there was an actual original group, and I was not in that group. I had applied to get it, but I was not actually approved. It took me 3 tries to get my approval.
Wow.
So, it was a matter of like 3 weeks. It wasn't.
Yeah, but I think it was probably back then. I was probably a little bit more stringent.
It was extreme. It was extremely tight. They only gave it. I think the original group was like 50 people.
Well,
I was one of the first people. Even up to a few months ago, there was only like 700 in total people who had LinkedIn Live, and a lot of people who had it had already lost it.
Right.
And so, like, there is a whole bunch of rules. I don't want to get too far into this because I don't want Lincoln to get mad at me. But I was one of the I shouldn't say original. I was one of the first generation people to get it, and I've had it for I think 2 years. I've been going live.
Well, that's why I thought Brian. I mean, when I saw Brian's show one time, I was told to buy it by one of our friends, Rick McAfee, and I got on there, and it was everything. I mean, talks about Saturday. I mean, he's my age, Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
What cereal do you like, and all this other stuff. So then now, like when I get on, it's funny. Him and Nancy, they'll see me, and even this last time they were talking about the Batcave because I gave them a tour. Like I do on my phone, like I did on this one.
Yeah.
I gave them the tour of the Batcave, and which I got news about that too in a minute. But they just loved it. So Brian's going, I got to come over there. Got to come to Indiana. Him and Nancy both, they want to come and make a field trip out of it. So I said, come on down. But I do.
The Joe the Batcave B&B.
Oh my God, that would be. I'll wait till Logan moves out and then I'll do that. However, more news on
the Batcave. I don't want
more news on the Batcave. I am getting another costume.
Yeah, I know about this.
No, you don't.
This is the one that I know about.
Yeah, so I found this other website, and it's they make actual mechanical Iron Man mask. It's like one Iron Man mask. Just something was really cool. They'll make it to you, blah, blah, blah. And I have my other guy, and I want to see the quality. Well, my wife wants to be Iron Man. I go, well, I'll make you, I'll get you the rescue one, the Pepper Potts version. She goes, I don't want that. And there was a colorful word she used.
Yeah, she doesn't mince her words.
No, she doesn't. And she goes, I want the real one.
That's the New York. That's the New York.
I know. And I go like this, all right, what I'll do, and it's cheaper. Because remember, my other suit, if I got the full bells and whistles on it, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's over $5,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember.
But this one is a lot cheaper. So then this guy on there also did a Bumblebee costume and an Optimus Prime.
So you're gonna be
well, hold on a minute. So then you could sit in, like, you can't sit in it, but they're like leveled up or whatever they're like not stilts, but I don't know if you ever seen those people that.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about in Vegas. We do it all the time in Vegas on the Strip.
So I'm thinking, I sent him an email and I go, could you do something with the Hulkbuster? Because if Jen was Iron Man, I don't mind being Hulkbuster because I'd still be bigger, and I would love to have that in the back.
What is Hulkbuster? I don't know what that
Hulkbuster was in the movie. It was in Infinity War, but it was also in Age of Ultron.
Are you going to speak English anytime soon?
No, I'm not. It's one of the.
There are people out there who know what you're talking about.
It's one of the Marvel movies that Iron Man and Bruce Banner made a costume to try to fight the Hulk if he ever got out of hand. Oh. And so how Iron Man has his armor, the Hulkbuster armor is bigger and it comes out like that. So it's basically this armor is twice the size. Costume is twice the size.
In the suit. Anybody? Who was supposed to get in the suit? Because obviously Bruce
Iron Man. He would go in it. He's in his armor.
Oh, I gotcha. So Iron Man jumps in this extra layer and now fight the Hulk because he's got stronger. All right.
So really, really cool. But anyway,
did they ever do that in the show? Like, did it ever happen?
What?
Where Iron Man in the Hulkbuster outfit, did he ever confront Hulk?
Yes. In Age of Ultron.
So what happened?
Well, Iron Man won with a butt. I mean, they had to level a big building that was put on it, but he won.
Okay.
He beat him. It was close though. But anyways, the whole costume is so cool. So
wait a minute. I think I saw this movie. They were in like an enclosed dome or something, right? They couldn't get out and they were friends, but they still had to fight each other. Is that?
No, you're thinking of Thor Ragnarok, and it was Thor and Hulk fighting.
There you go. Okay. Well, anyways, I think I should get credit for that.
That is, I'll give you some credit. That was pretty good. So, anyways, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, all right, I'll be Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
My wife will be Iron Man because I'd still have that up. My daughter wants to be Iron Spider, which is Spider-Man. It's Iron Man's version of Spider-Man, and made it for him. So they got all these costumes. My son wants to be Iron Patriot.
How much are all these things?
I'll be spending probably close to if I got the whole everything, it'd probably be close to 10 grand.
Good night, Joe.
Yeah, well, October is my favorite time of year.
I know, but
okay, Joe-tober.
So if you do that, I'm gonna have to come out there and do some videos.
Well, I was moving my sister-in-law. She moved down from New York last weekend, and we were my niece was talking about it, and we just decided she's going to come back for Halloween, and she's being Lady Deadpool.
All right, so I need to plan a trip to Indianapolis in
October.
Yeah,
in October.
We're just gonna have to do it. If you are watching this show and you're anywhere in the Indianapolis, Indiana area, and you want to hire me to do video work or photography sessions so I can pay for my trip, let me know, because I need to get some of this Joe Stepke on. I mean, the Batman outfit.
That was cool, and that's hanging up.
That by itself is amazing.
Right.
So we still.
I got to order all this by May 17th. I got to get it all done. So I got to get their. All
right. So we need some clients. All right. If you run a retail location, if you're running a retail store, and you still have layaway, I want you to talk to me or to Joe. I mean, I'm going to pass you to Joe, so you call Joe. But we want to help you replace your layaway program with something that's much better. Why is it better, Joe? Let me tell you why it's better. You don't know. Let me tell you, Joe, why it's better.
You tell me.
It's better because with layaway, the customer doesn't get to leave with the stuff until they make all the payments. And the store owner doesn't get to get fully funded. In fact, it costs the store owner money, Joe. I know you don't know this, Joe, but
I do know this.
But Joe, did you know it costs them money because now they've got to take that product off the shelf and put it in the back, and then they got to replace it for the shelf. I mean, what a pain in the butt. So it's actually it costs them money to do layaway. But with this, what happens, Joe? They sell the product, they get fully funded, and it doesn't cost them anything because your program adds no cost to the store itself. There is a fee that the person buying it pays, but they pay it, and they're glad to pay it because they didn't have the money, and they still got to leave the store.
Well, and I'll tell you something. Remember, 3 times it cost the owner 3 times as much when they has layaway. The product that was on the floor, or the product that has to be on the floor, taking rent. The product in the back, and obviously the product for replacement. Because remember, you just sold this or put it on layaway, so it's taking up valuable space. Yeah, so basically 3 times.
Plus, again, you got that delayed gratification. We're living in an era where people want it and they want it now. Now, the layaway program. Look, in the old days before this service that you offer was available, hey, it's better than nothing. But now you run a retail location. You have products that are not like $9.99. I'm talking about $999.
Right.
Be anything like that or above, right? But it could be things like furniture, it could be like tires, could be computer equipment, cell phones. I mean, you name it, you probably can cover it if it's a retail type of a product. And no cost of goods sold is just mind blowing to me. What did you do in the last 12 months, Joe? The last 12 months, you did what?
Last year, I mean, I would tell you during the pandemic, I brought in over $30 million.
Okay. What does that mean in reality, folks? That means that businesses that wouldn't have sold $30 million worth of products now we're able to sell $30 million worth of products more because they added the program that Joe Stepke is offering at Joe the Finance Guy. So they didn't incur any extra expenses, and they increased revenue, top line revenue, by $30 million.
Correct.
You know, that's a pretty much no brainer, especially in a time where people are struggling for business.
Yep. Right. And the good thing is, and I've had, and I know that they limited, there's a lot of changes that have happened lately in there, but you know, I'm still getting calls from people all over the United States. And it's the one good thing about
I know why you get calls from everybody, Joe, because everybody loves you. You know what, the one thing I'm trying to teach people about this whole thing with social media, the part that they just are missing. And for us, it's sales 101, so we know this. But if they don't know who you are, they don't like you, and they don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. I mean, that's
sure.
Just,
I agree with you. And I've been trying to say that to some people. But remember, I'm just Joe the Finance Guy. I'm just your average Joe where I work. So it is just
you make me smile so much.
It's a little bit comical.
I love you. I love you, Joe.
Well, thank you. I love you too, Ira.
You're more than just an average Joe to me, bro.
Well, I feel like just the average Joe. And it's funny.
You are top choice in my book.
It's funny. The competitors, the other places that are around that compete against, I don't want to say against Joe the Finance Guy, they even call me up and talk to me about, Joe, what are you doing? And you know what? I don't mind. I don't mind because I always believe in helping them.
The bottom line is this, guys. Joe he gives more than he gets, so he's going to help you out. When you call Joe to get this program implemented, Joe's not just going to implement the program and walk away. He's going to talk to you about your business. He's going to give you some ideas and some free consultation to go along with it. Well, what does Joe know? Joe, how long have you been doing this, man? You've been doing this for a very long time.
Well, I've been with the current company I'm at for.
Yeah, but you've been doing it a lot longer than just.
Yes, I've been in the lease to own business ever since I got out of the military. So since '98.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, probably because I met my wife.
Is that 23, 24 years? So it's
98 is when I met my wife. So I've been in the rent-to-own industry for that long. I've met many great people. I've also met many not so good people.
All right.
I know, but I've met many great people. And the one of my mentors, and I always drop his name too, Michael Bennett. He's the CEO of Buddy's Rents. The most knowledgeable person that I know, and by far, because he knows the rent-to-own business. I've learned so much from him during the time. So when I give back to some of the retailers, it's not just about, hey, listen, I'm signing you up. Hey, you got another alternative finance option. Great job. See you later. Goodbye. No, more importantly, it's about, well, how can you grow the business? What could I do to help you? You know, do you need somebody? How are you doing on social media? Are you posting regularly? I've been in easily where people actually ask for help this week. I'm going to say probably about 40 places. But one of the things I talk about is how often do you post on social media?
Yeah.
I'm not an expert. I've learned from the best.
you got much better, Joe.
Yeah, but I'm not an expert, but I think you need to post every day, no matter what the platform is, whether it's LinkedIn.
Wow. Do you guys understand this? Why Joe says that? Because that intimidates people, and people, frankly, they start to, their heart palpitates and go, I can't do that. Well, the reason why is because the world is a top of mind place, especially social media with such a short attention span. So if you're posting like infrequently, once a week or once a month, it's not that your audience doesn't like you and care about you anymore. It's frankly that they forgot about you.
Right. And your post gets suppressed. It gets.
Yeah. And if you do post, you don't have anybody actively like engaging on a regular basis. So your posts are just going to like sit there on the floor and get 1 or 2 views, maybe a comment and a like, and away you go. But Joe the Finance Guy, when we post for Joe the Finance Guy, because I make some of those posts, obviously, right? They go. Why? We have an active audience. They know we're going to be posting. And Joe, something that you do, which I love in your personal profile, you're posting these videos that are entertaining.
Do you know something? I haven't posted 3 days, 4 days.
No, I've noticed.
Only because, and I look back as to the whys. And I know that I tell everybody you need to post every day. It doesn't matter. And I look back at the whys. Why am I not doing it? It's because, and it always happens at the first week of the month.
Right. It's your busy time.
It is, because from morning till night, I
already knew that. That's why, like, I don't bust your chops, because I'm the first to bust your chops when right. But well, I know what's going on. Yeah.
But it's for me, then I feel bad, because there's also some regulars that I like seeing, some like Michael Ray.
Yeah.
I love seeing some of his posts. So I got to remember, all right, Michael Ray posts at between 8:30 and 9, 8:30 and 9. But I tell everybody, if you really want me to look at your post and stuff like that, I always tell everybody, just text me the link. So much easier for me, because I'll look at the text.
Well, everybody has their preferences on this. Like for me, it kind of drives me nuts to get all these with them. Like some of them I don't mind, but you just have to ask people. Like if you want Joe to engage with you, he just told you, text him the link, and he's cool with it.
Right.
Some people just want you to tag them in it. Other people don't want you to tag or.
Well, if you tag me, but Ira, if you tag me in it, and I'll bring up my LinkedIn profile right now for you, or my notifications, and I know that it's 200 and some on there.
Yeah, mine don't work. Mine haven't worked since 2019.
Oh my God, I could just imagine, because I remember, yours 300 or something or whatever was on there the one time. I just checked this.
Yeah, my notifications, I quit trying. Like, I don't think LinkedIn even shares my notifications anymore, because I don't look at them. I mean, ever. Notifications are a waste of my time. But I understand a lot of people, when they're smaller accounts, 500, 2,000, 5,000, you can keep up with your notifications, but you will learn as you build out your social media networks that you can't manage them as you grow the way you did when you were small. For example, I have 44,000 Instagram followers right now. I have 10,000 YouTube followers. It's not just LinkedIn. And then I have 25 business pages on LinkedIn that I manage. They all have notifications too. It's not just my personal, it's the business pages. I mean, it's a lot. So you learn how to do social media management as you grow. The one thing that I use still to this day that's the best of anything I ever did is bookmark my friends as favorites. So what I do on LinkedIn is I actually will go to Joe Stepke, just because we're talking about Joe here. So I go to Joe Stepke, I go to his profile, I actually go to his activities and go to his posts, and I bookmark that. And then when I pull it up, I've got a folder for my social media stuff. I'll go pull Joe up, and it pulls me right to his thing, and then I can go and hit, like if I've missed 4 posts, I can hit all 4 at the same time.
And that's how I got mine, like that idea from you. And then I even expanded on it, because I'm not at home all the time in front of my computer. I put in my notes section the specific link on my iPhone.
Well, you can save bookmarks on your phone just the same way you do on your computer. I have some set that way.
Really?
Yep. Now, it doesn't happen in the app. That's only in the browser, right?
Well, see, that's why I didn't know that. All right, so only in the browser. Okay, I'll keep that.
Yeah, but once you log in, you can log in and do a lot of what you do on the app. You can do from your browser on the iPhone.
I'll keep that in mind. All right, good.
Yeah, it could be another course. I'm doing a thing with Rob Depford. We haven't really made it official publicly yet, but we're doing a thing where I'm doing some video courses. And it's going to be on Rob Depford's channel. But that's one of the things that I'm going to be teaching in that course. And I think that one, some of them are going to be paid in full disclosure, and some of them are going to be free. I think that stuff I'm going to do on the free end, help people out. So
that'd be good stuff.
It's about time management. I think if you guys want to know how to run your day, I wrote a blog on Project Help You Grow with the time blocks, and it'll explain the concept of the time block and how you set up your day as a job seeker. For those of you who are looking for a job, that's a free blog that I wrote. But I run my day via time blocks. It's the only way I get everything done, and I still am putting in 12 to 18-hour days. But that's because, I'm ramping this business up. Like I said, Bowman Digital Media was not something Joe could tell you because he was on the call with me the minute I got furloughed. I didn't even know what that was. I'm like, what does that even mean? But anyways.
Hey, Ira, can I do one thing?
Sure.
Click on the thing. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Talking about comments. Hang on.
I am doing great today.
Rachel Beck is my buddy.
I don't even know why I'm talking louder. Like she can. I leaned in like I'm talking on speakerphone. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Florida. She's down in Florida now, so you got to speak up.
Yeah.
Rachel would be a good one for us to have.
I got her book, and Rachel, your book came in yesterday. It's upstairs. I'm not going to run and get it, but I got her book yesterday, and I'm looking forward to reading it. She is such
do you know that
an amazing.
I'm going to go down and do a photo shoot in Miami. I don't have it scheduled yet, but I'm going to go down and do a photo shoot in Miami. And I told her already, I said, look, as soon as I get it scheduled, I'm going to take her out to dinner. You know what I mean? Treat her to dinner. She can hear you.
I can't help it, Rachel. I was just trying to talk a little louder.
Well, she might be at the ocean. It could be loud. I don't know.
No, but that was me. My wife says the same thing when I'm on the phone. My voice, I get louder than when I talk regularly. Now, we're a loud family, period. So
yeah, I noticed. I was trying to get your wife to come on the show. 8 is enough, and that really got loud.
Yeah, and she went. I think we even said we would pixelate her out.
Yeah, I was trying to work that out.
Yeah.
Rachel, people, we're actually.
Rachel, I'll text you later. You might have to be a guest on here when Ira can't.
No, I want her to be on when I'm here.
Or even when you're here. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. She would be awesome because
what you said. Actually, I want to be on for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be obviously when I'm traveling, but I like all those people.
I just figured, it was funny how the LinkedIn Live came out because
you know who you could bring back on is Brian.
Oh yeah, Brian Burke.
Because Brian's been on the show before, so I got to do that. He was good. You guys would have a lot to talk about.
Yep. Yeah, he is.
And then the other one, if you have time, I don't know.
I'm really lucky. I really get some good close connections with people, and that's what Rachel
agreed to be on the show, so we just need to schedule it.
All right, good.
So Joe, you're in charge of guests on.
I will schedule it. It's easy for me because I'll just text her and go, when do you want to do it?
You want to come on this Friday? Next Friday? The following Friday? What Friday? Friday.
I'll do it. But she is awesome. Brian Mack is awesome too. There's so many good people.
Corey, again, another good one that
Corey. I can't say enough. It was Corey's birthday this past and first his birthday is May the 4th. And
Star Wars.
We're like, yeah, I know, that's awesome. And that day or that night when I got home, I watched The Bad Batch. That's a new show on Disney Plus.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
But how cool would it be to be May the 4th? I think it is. May the 4th be with you. I just think it's awesome.
May the 4th, I love it. I absolutely do. In fact, I have my Cincy. I have my what's his name?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader behind me.
Yeah.
That's why when I bought. Although now we've got also the not C3PO. That one I didn't like.
R2D2.
R2D2. I want to get that one. 100%. I gotta get that one. That one's brand new. So.
But The Bad Batch, to go back, The Bad Batch is another show on Disney Plus. So
what is it? Is it a Star Wars one?
Yeah, it's a Star Wars one. And Disney Plus is so, it's great. How
I
they're
never watch it, but I did watch The Mandalorian. Not to throw you off.
well, now this one is in between. It's in between the third movie, the one where Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader at the end.
Yeah.
And
the new series.
the Princess Leia one.
Yeah.
The Bad Batch is right in between there. So I'm looking. I just saw the second episode today. So I'm looking forward.
Bye,
See you later, Rachel. I'm looking forward to it. That'll be awesome. And then
let me ask you this question.
Yep.
I don't know if this is serious or if this was just a joke. That baby Yoda in The Mandalorian, is that supposed to be a baby Yoda? Like, maybe it's not Yoda himself, but
no, it's not Yoda, because The Mandalorian happens.
No, I'm not saying it's Yoda himself, but I'm saying, is it like the same? It is a Yoda, though, right? I mean,
it's the same, but I don't think they knew what he is. Even though it's odd, because in the first one, The Phantom Menace, there were other creatures, like at the end or whatever, that looked like Yoda.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's
I don't know about any of this stuff really, but I just
either way.
Like, I saw the meme and I'm like, what do you mean? That's a Yoda? Like, I know Yoda's the name and not the.
Now, you said you saw The Mandalorian, so you have Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
So did you watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No. The only thing I've ever watched on Disney Plus is, and I haven't even seen the whole series because I don't have time, but this was before Bowman Digital Media was even a thing, because I hadn't even moved here. I had watched, I want to say there was like 4 episodes or something, and I'd watched all of them. And then when I moved here, maybe when I was on furlough, maybe right before I was on furlough, I think I watched like 3 or 4 more. So I've seen like 7 or so episodes of The Mandalorian. My kids have watched all of them, whatever's out.
All of them. Well, Loki is coming out.
Is it over? Mandalorian series, is it done?
I don't think it is. I think there's something else, even though Baby Yoda went off with Luke Skywalker. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. When I watched it, there was people coming to a wooded city. They were out hiding in the middle of nowhere.
Yep. That's where you left off at?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
I remember that episode. But either way,
well, there's a couple of them in that.
Well, now they got the Bad Batch. Then they're coming out with Obi-Wan, with Ewan McGregor is going to have his own.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know, that'll be awesome. And but Loki is coming out for Marvel on June 11th, I think.
Loki is part of the Thor.
Right. Yeah. Loki is Thor's brother, but
yeah, Loki. Dude, I'm doing good. I think I'm doing good at this conversation.
You're doing really good. Yeah. Loki died in Avengers Infinity War. But in Endgame,
Superman dies too, right?
Well, Superman died, but came back to life in Justice League, the movie.
I didn't see that either. My kids keep telling me that Superman's dead.
No. Do you have HBO Max?
No. What I have is, okay, everybody, this is what the TV we watch in the Bowman house. We got Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and I don't have cable. I have a digital antenna. I get CBS and NBC and ABC on that. That's all I get. I don't have ESPN anymore. I don't have anything fancy. Because I don't watch TV.
Right. Hey, Mariella put something in here. Hold on a minute. She's
talking about her WordPress. I'm gonna help her fix it.
I gotta do that too. So I'll. Do I have to put?
You gotta add the Chrome extension on your.
On my browser.
On your browser. Yeah.
But then, what about? Do I got to put anything on my website?
Gmail browser.
Okay, good. All right, got it. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then
every picture, what you do is you load it up, and then I'll teach you how to do it, but you'll hover over the picture and it'll say save. If it doesn't say save, then some of them, and I haven't been able to figure this out, why some of them you can't do it. I think it's if they're too small, the resolution's too small.
Gotcha.
This.
All right. What are you doing exciting this? I know we're coming. I know we're coming to the hour, but what are you doing?
I'm building websites this weekend. That's my big. I got 2 logo build outs that I'm trying to wrap up. I've got websites. I've got actually 4 website projects in total in process right now, but I'm waiting, as you know, for data. So, but Jason Ricks, our buddy Jason Ricks, I'm building out thejasonricks.com right now. That's exciting. I'm building out one for the Barat Foundation. I'm building out one for a Pure Solutions is the name of the company. I'm actually making the logo for that right now. I was showing you that in Illustrator earlier today. So I'm building out that logo. That's kind of fun. I'm doing a video. So one of the things, it's kind of newer, but when you go to a website, instead of having a background photo, you can have like a video loop. And so I'm building a video loop out right now too. So that's kind of fun. I did refresh bowmandigitalmedia.com. If anybody wants to go take a look, I made some major changes to the website. So that's kind of fun. I added more photography because I take a lot of photos. I'm just going to put like some of my favorites, and I've sorted them by category. So there'll be more coming, but the framework is up and in place. But I wanted to make it just super simple. When you're building your websites, one of the things that is if you can make your call to action really clear. And so what is it that you do? Get rid of the distractions, kind of like streamline it. So I did that with Bowman Digital Media. The homepage was just too much. It had way too much. It probably still has too much stuff in full disclosure, but I need to go and make some painful cuts. But the idea for these websites is to make it so that people get it really clearly. This is what we do. So I added, it took me a while with Bowman Digital Media to like narrow down the focus, but I've got it niched down, and I'd say niche in that niche, same word. But I niched down to the 6 things, right? So social media management, website development, graphic design, photography, videography, and SEO. That's what I do. So I put that very clearly in a graphic that I actually did for Global Goodwill Ambassadors. Or is it Global Goodwill Ambassadors? I think that's what it is. Anyways, I did that for April. I was in their e-magazine.
Right.
They had me again in May for Bowman Coaching, which I thought was cool. But anyways, when I made that graphic, I'm like, I should have this on my site. So I finally put it up on the site. So anyways, it's a bunch of nerd graphic design stuff this weekend. I'm actually, for fun, I'm doing an advanced Illustrator class. I'm sharpening my Illustrator tools, and then I'm also working on, which is kind of fun. My dad is a professional photographer as well. So my dad and I were working yesterday for 2 hours. We did a 2-hour session. He was helping me do some advanced photography lessons and editing lessons. So that was cool.
Over the computer? Or?
Yeah, my dad lives in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
So I call him first thing in the morning for me, and it's like he's almost ready for bed. But
wow, that must be pretty cool that at least you worked on something together.
Well, my dad and I look like we could be brothers because we're both bald. I look just like him, so it is kind of funny looking in the mirror, kind of. But I'm better looking and I'm funnier.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah.
All right. So what am I going to do? Well, this weekend I'm working on that stuff for the veterans that I'm working on right now. It's actually trying to get more like a millionaire mindset for the veterans.
Are you doing that with Vets Industry, or what are you doing?
No, I'm not. I need to get in touch with Ryan, but I wanna actually get it all mapped out first. But it's something really. I want to get it mapped out first, but it's something really economical for them. But also, I'm also putting in something for me to help them grow their business.
June 9th.
Yep. And so I'm doing that. We're trying to do the Mother's Day thing tomorrow for Jen. But Jen wants me to make her my famous French toast. how I make it on Sunday for her.
What is the special ingredient?
There's no special ingredient. All I do is I mix up eggs, milk, sugar, cinnamon, and vanilla.
That's all it. Yeah, it's all this. Do you use the big Texas toast?
Yes.
Yeah, gotta have the big bread.
Yep, I have the big bread. I make it for her, and she loves it.
Did you ever eat cinnamon toast when you were young?
Yep.
So
yeah, cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, and put some butter on that.
Butter on it.
Yes. You can use regular bread for that. Right?
Yep. Did it. That's called the poor man's French toast.
I grew up poor.
I grew up on it too.
Yeah, that's government butter, baby. It was government.
I thought that was the best way to do it, and not, or maybe the. Well, anyways, that's what ours were, and we didn't have a lot of money. So
there are people watching right now that go, "What the hell is government butter?" I'm sorry you missed it.
It's almost the same thing like the government cheese. I had that.
Right.
Off thin, and then next thing you know, you just cut a big, like you're trying to make a grilled cheese.
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't cut it straight ever.
I would pay money to get a block of that cheese. I actually like that cheese. That was the best.
Well, I mean, I remember there's some things, and I grew up in a small town outside of Chicago, and called Round Lake.
How far away is Peoria from Chicago? Is that a long way? Is that down at the bottom?
No, it's not that far. I would say maybe, I could be wrong, maybe 20 miles.
I was talking to one of my buddies, Cedric. I don't know if you know Cedric, but he's a part of SPN. I've known him for a long time. I was talking to him. He's moving from Peoria to Chicago, so he was looking for some help this weekend from somebody in the area. But I was like, I had no idea how. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like saying, how far is Napa from LA? You know what I mean? Like people in Indianapolis probably have no idea.
No.
Yeah.
And the same thing, like how far away is Chicago from Round Lake? But it's near Great America out there. But where we grew up at, my mom, we didn't have a lot of money. I mean, we were, and I'm not ashamed of it. I wouldn't be where I'm now, but God, there's some things in my mind that I can't have anymore, of like macaroni and cheese. And it just, my mother tried every way to make macaroni and cheese, because it was back then, it was like, I think you get 5 boxes for a quarter, or maybe whatever it was. It was so cheap. She would put, one day we were having hot dogs and macaroni and cheese. Next thing, hamburger. Yeah,
I love that, by the way.
Tuna fish and macaroni and cheese.
I love it.
Yeah, it was, and then if you put a little spice in with the meat, it was called chili mac.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had it all.
I had all that crap, man. I still like hot dogs sliced up in my macaroni, and my kids look at me like I'm a freak. And I love, like, one of my favorite things. It's my second favorite thing, actually. Macaroni and meat, not hamburger helper. I don't like hamburger helper. I want
macaroni and
a box of Kraft macaroni with just, ground beef hamburger.
Yep.
You throw a little, garlic salt or whatever in there to give it just a little bit of flavor. But yeah, you mix it up. So I love that. My wife hates it. She's like, I won't even eat that crap. And I'll tell you, I don't know if you ever did this, Joe. You get the cheap cans of corn and mix that in there. Oh, that's a whole nother level.
No. What I was trying to tell you is, I won't eat that stuff anymore.
No, I know you won't, Joe, but try it with some corn in it, brother. It makes it.
No.
All right. Well, anyways, I don't have anything like from my childhood that I won't eat because I ate it too much. I will tell you what I won't eat is squash. No squash. Someone lied to my mother somewhere in her life. She made squash yummy. So, Mom, if you're watching, love you, but squash, so won't eat it. And when I was a kid, I know you guys were probably like this too, because you're poor. You had to finish your food, and kids were starving in Africa. That's what we were told. So, I mean, I don't know how that helped them.
Well, I had to. I mean, I ate everything that was in front of me. It's one of those things where
we actually would get spanked if we didn't.
Right. Right. Nowadays, it's funny. Now, my wife is a very picky eater, very picky. So, and Logan has got the same thing. He is very picky too. So,
Why does that remind me of the Ratatouille, where the guy's like, "If I don't like it, I won't swallow." Have you seen that movie?
Um,
He's the critic,
I've seen Ratatouille.
the food critic, and he becomes the good guy at the end.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen Ratatouille.
I like that. I like that line. If I don't like it, I won't swallow it. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. All right, Joe, we're overtime. Let's get out of here.
All right, let's get out of here.
Next week, y'all, at 6 p.m. Eastern, I want you to check out Joe Stepke's. When you share it, Joe, send me the link, and I'll share it because I want people, if they're used to coming to see me to find the show, I want to make sure they know where to go. But then, guys, moving forward, because Joe, remember, Joe's now got LinkedIn Live capability, so we'll probably just take turns. Unless you want to host it every week, Joe, I'm fine with that too. But whatever.
Let's not go crazy. Let me get.
All right. Well, anyways,
let me ease into it a little bit.
Ease into it. But you're gonna get a crash course in how to host a show next week.
I know. So that's how come I think whoever my guest is next week. Don't worry. It'll be good. So I gotta for my shortcomings in being a host. I think you have to have a great guest. So
you do it one time, and you pretty much work out all the kinks. I mean, we have the show music. I can send you. We have the show graphics.
Right.
So it's not like you have to figure all that stuff out.
Right.
You just got to learn how to push the buttons.
I'll be able to push the buttons.
Yeah.
I'll be good.
I have faith. You can do it.
I know you will.
All right, bro.
Everybody, have a great weekend. And have fun this weekend.
Thanks, bro. You'll see tons of pictures, I promise.
All right, good. I bet.
The funny thing is, nobody's going to see any of the real pictures while I'm there because I'm not taking a computer with me. So you'll see.
You're going to upload
You'll see some of the selfie photos from my iPhone, which Brian will tell you that those are great photos. But but you'll see the real photos when I get back. But I will share some stuff on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. Thanks, Sabrina. And Sabrina, look, I gotta take 1 second to apologize to my teammate Sabrina. I told her on Monday I was gonna do something, and today is what day, Joe?
Friday.
I still haven't done it. I'm a bad man. Sabrina, don't hate me. I've been extremely busy. But I need to.
Sabrina, the key is to bug him a couple times. It's all right.
She did, but she's nice about it.
Never mind.
She's nice about it, though. Like,
it's
been on my to-do list for 5 days now. Anyways,
but remember, you shouldn't have you should have a to-do list, but have a today list.
Oh, I've got a today list.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's just one of those things because it's not one of those things where I'm getting paid to do it. It's been bumped a few times because of the client work. But like I said, this close to 6 figures, y'all. That's exciting for Bowman Digital Media. I'm really excited.
That is huge for Bowman Digital.
Yeah, so it's good. Anyways, all right, we're out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Well, Joe, see you next week.
I'll see you next week.
The week after. Later, everybody. BowmanDigitalMedia.com.
JoeTheFinanceGuy.com.